SNESdrunk.
Hi there, this video isn't so much a review as it is a statement saying, hey, this game exists, just FYI. NHL 2002 for Game Boy Advance is almost the exact same game as NHL 96, 97, or 98 for Super Nintendo, but with a much more up-to-date roster of teams and slightly more up-to-date players. My hometown Minnesota Wild are here, along with the Columbus Blue Jackets, Nashville Predators, Phoenix Coyotes, and the Carolina Hurricanes, as well as, sadly, the Atlanta Thrashers, who later moved to Winnipeg to revive the Jets. But still, it's almost up to date, which is an improvement over the SNES titles. So why NHL 2002? Why not 03, 04, or 5, or whatever? Because 2002 is the only version they made. There's no other updated port like this. The gameplay handles the exact same way, and I talked about it at length in my Super Nintendo hockey games video a while back, but just in case you missed it, I'll talk a little bit about it here. The NHL series on Super Nintendo, and especially on Sega Genesis, are some of the best sports games ever made, to the point that EA re-released and updated the 94 edition on its 20th anniversary. One reason these games are so good is their immediate accessibility. You always feel in complete control of your player while the game engine stays loyal to the skating physics. It not only feels like a hockey game should, but it gives the player the freedom to dodge, accelerate, and hit other players at will. The locked vertically scrolling viewpoint goes a long way toward that as well, because you can practically see half the rink at once at all times, and that allows you to set up passes and create one-timers. In addition to the flawless gameplay, there's an 82-game season mode, shootouts, a practice mode where you can play 3-on-3, 1-on-5, or however you want to arrange it. There's shootouts, line changes, season stats, checks where you can send a guy into the bench. It's just the freaking best. So yeah, NHL 2002 is a slightly updated version of the Super Nintendo games with all the expansion teams that have arrived since then. And if you don't have a Game Boy Advance, you can play it on the Nintendo GameCube's GBA expansion, or you can play it on the Retron 5. Now, I understand a huge part of the appeal of these games is the multiplayer aspect. I know you can play at least 2 players with the GameCube adapter and the Retron 5, but I don't know if there's a 4-player adapter that'll work with either, sorry. Anyway, as a Minnesota kid who grew up loving hockey, I just felt I had to pass this along. NHL 2002 is a fantastic port that faithfully recaptures everything great about the original games, and because of that, it's one of the rare sports games that goes for more than a couple bucks. It's usually on eBay between $10 and $15, but to me, to play as my hometown Minnesota Wild, it's worth it.